And just like that, another huge announcement from Sony, this time the Sony A7R IV, the highest resolution full frame camera ever. So we're gonna jump in and look at the specs and the features of this thing, and also compare it to the Sony A7R III and see if it's worth buying or worth the upgrade. Let's go. So here it is, the Sony A7R IV. And I think this announcement is a little bit of a shock to a lot of people, including myself, but I'm happy to see it come. Firstly, offering a 61 megapixel backside illuminated sensor, the highest resolution of any full-frame camera, as well as Sony's newest image processing engine. This thing is quite impressive. But it definitely doesn't stop there. Offering 15 stops of dynamic range, 5.5 stops of 5-axis image stabilization, and a nearly 6 million dot resolution EVF, which is 1.6 times higher resolution than the A7R III. It still has several of the features found in the A7R III, including pixel shift, basically taking a bunch of photos of the same subject and making them into one huge gigantic resolution image. Next, we'll see that it does have an improved autofocus system over the A7R III, but just how good we'll have to wait and see. And it offers a buffer of up to 68 continuous shots, which is pretty impressive from a camera of this resolution. And because of its large resolution, in APS-C mode you're basically getting two amazingly usable cameras. Of course, it's got the amazing real-time tracking and eye autofocus that you've come to expect for both humans and animals, but I bet you didn't expect it in video, and that's exactly what they've included in this, which is incredible. This is not meant to be a video camera. And yet it is. No, it's not going to blow you professional video shooters away, but it does offer 4K 30 and 1080 120, which is more than enough for the hobbyist or the photographer that takes the odd video. Cable-free shotgun mic connection, further proof that they're actually listening to what people are looking for and giving it to us. Overall better connectivity and better data transfer rates are going to make your workflow easier. And yes, dual UHS 2 slots. And you're definitely going to need them. Of course, they're using the same amazing Z-type battery for great battery performance, and they've improved dust and moisture resistance for that much more peace of mind. Great to see on a camera of this price. One aspect that Sony looks like they've failed at again is not including a fully articulating screen. They've opted to go with the tilt screen, and hopefully improving the touch functionality in the menus and whatnot. But nobody's going to be jumping for joy over this. It'll have the same customization options that you've now come to expect out of an alpha camera. So now let's do a full recap of this camera and compare it to the A7R III. So starting off and looking at the size and weight difference between these two cameras, they're basically indistinguishable, with the A7R IV being just a tiny bit bigger and heavier, but you're really not going to notice. Now in terms of resolution and sensor, obviously the A7R IV is the clear winner here, offering almost 20 more megapixels than the A7R III. So next, as far as the autofocus is concerned, the A7R IV having a clear advantage, having more autofocus points, a bigger coverage area, and working better and more accurately in low light. Next, for the sake of time and space here, I'll mention that both of these cameras' native ISO range go from 100 to 32,000. As well, their IBIS are both rated at 5.5 stops of image stabilization. As far as shooting speed is concerned, both of these cameras can shoot up to 10 frames per second, also having the option to shoot silently, and both have an impressive buffer from 68 on the new A7R IV to the mid-70s on the A7R III. They both have fantastic EVFs, but the A7R IV takes it to the next level with a 5.76 million dot EVF compared to the 3.69 dot EVF on the A7R III. Now both of these cameras do impress when it comes to video. And keep in mind, they're not meant for video. These are high resolution cameras that are made first and foremost for photography. Having said that, they're going to give you 4K 30 and 1080 120, as well as several picture profiles to choose from, but the advantage is definitely going to go to the A7R IV, in which Sony has included some incredible features like video eye tracking, most likely better upscaling because of the higher resolution, and better performance in low light. And finally, where price is concerned, you're going to be able to pick up the A7R III right now for about $2,500 American, where the A7R IV comes out apparently this September with a price tag of about $3,500, making it less than the new Panasonic S1R. Alright guys, well there it is. There's a breakdown, there's some specs, there's just the announcement of the new Sony A7R IV. And what do you think about it? I think this camera's phenomenal. I think this is an amazing photography camera. 61 megapixels. No, I don't need it, but it sure would be nice. It's now a phenomenal wildlife camera with the option of that Super 35 mode giving you 26 megapixels. It just makes it so incredibly versatile. Not to mention the additional features now in the video settings. We've got the eye video tracking and whatnot. That's phenomenal. Yeah, sure, it doesn't have the 10-bit 422, but it's a photography camera, don't forget that. But it's just that much more versatile now. I want to know what you guys think. Did you like this video? If you did, hit that like and subscribe button. Drop your questions and comments down below. And of course, guys, get out there, make mistakes, be yourself, and take some more pictures. See you next time.